Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, it's official. We finally have some football that matters. The college season is upon us. Also, there's some type of clown show going on in boxing in November. I'm not really too interested in it, but we'll discuss it nonetheless. Also, the Young Dolph verdict. I couldn't believe it, but hey, things happen. That plus more, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of 58 South TV Presents Topics of Discussion, your new home for sports news and entertainment. I'm your host, 58 South, along with my co-host, Juice Jalapeno Jones. What's going on, boss?
What's up, baby? I'm sorry. I'm over here caught up dancing, thinking about this college football. It's time to get this money. It's time to get entertained. Let's go, 58. That's all I can say.
Well, let's do it then. Let's get right into it, man. First of all, thank y'all for stopping through. Since you're here, you might as well hit like, share, subscribe. You know the usual, comment.
Might as well.
Yeah, but let's get right on into it, man. Juice, how was your week? Had a good week?
Yeah, man. Just heavy working out here, man. Just trying to get ready. Christmas is around the corner already.
Goodness
Just
gracious.
putting in a lot of hours at the job. I know, man. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Shit, already skipped everything, just straight to Christmas, huh?
That's it, man. It's come so fast, man.
Oh, my. All right, college football is here. First big game of the college season. Kansas State University versus Iowa State University, playing over there in Dublin, Ireland, calling it Farmageddon. Are you interested in this game at all?
I mean, just because it's the first game, I'm definitely interested. I want to see, both teams. I want to see how they looking. So it'll help me out in the next coming weeks how I'm going to bet. You know what I mean? Because I love to bet. If you don't know that by now, everybody looking out there, I'm your number one gambler, baby. If you need a tip, I got you. But yeah, they're not really my teams or nothing like that. But I do want to watch them as, just in case I do have to put some money on them or against them. At least I know what they're working with.
Okay. Any interest in betting on this game? I think it was like a -3 for Kansas State.
Yeah, they just doing that just because. I mean, they're playing on a neutral field. They're playing overseas. I put a real light amount on Kansas State. That was it. I didn't do nothing crazy. There's a couple other games probably coming up today that I'm probably going to be more focused on.
Mm-hmm.
But next week is really the focal point because today I think they only have 7 or 8 games, I think.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I believe
it's not
next week is the mother load where 30, 40 teams play in one day. That's when you can really get the pot up.
Yeah. I know one of your teams is Colorado. Your other team is the Tar Heels. So I'm gonna ask you about your Tar Heels, man. Do you think Coach Bill Belichick is gonna have you guys in the championship playoff contention, or they're just gonna have a decent season, like get to a regular bowl game, meaning they only have 6 wins or so, maybe 6, 7 wins this season?
Being a realist
Yeah.
that I am, I'm going to say, adding Bill Belichick is huge for the program. Huge in a lot of different ways, from the coaching perspectives, from getting new recruits to come in that wouldn't have probably came to us. But am I looking for a miracle this year? Nah, man. If it happens, that'd be crazy. But I'm definitely going with you on the winning 6, 7 games, being bowl eligible. How many games you have to win to be bowl eligible?
Just 6.
Just 6. Yeah, I'll shoot for that. And next year maybe a little, shoot a little higher. But I'll shoot for the bowl game.
Okay. Now, being that this is Coach Bill Belichick, even though this is his first season, I think he brought in 72 different faces to the program. Is this still going to be considered a disappointment, though, if they only get 6 games and become bowl eligible? Because it's him.
There's always going to be haters, people that criticize. Anybody realistic and thinking, like I said, that I am a realist, you're not going to expect somebody just to come in and just revamp the whole situation that quick, especially with college, because it's a little different than, the NFL. So I'm not expecting the world. There probably are people out there that are, you got to do this and got to do that. I say if the man wins 7 or 8 games, I think he did great.
Okay.
So that's just me.
Let me propose. Before I propose the hypothetical to you, are you one of these people who roots for the entire conference against another conference? Like, so say Clemson's playing LSU, which they are next week. Are you rooting for Clemson because it's the ACC versus the SEC, or you want Clemson to lose because they're in your conference, and that helps your standing?
The crazy thing about college football, man, that it differs in college basketball. Because on college basketball, I'll do what you said. Like I'll be staying with the ACC. College football is more like, hate to say this, but it's more money for me. To me, that's what this whole college football is to me. I look at it as a job. So I really don't look at it in the aspect of I'm rooting for the ACC or I'm rooting for this and that. If anything, like you said, I'm going for Colorado, just as a fan. But other than that, I'm going in it for the money, man. And I just go for the teams and I pick the teams that I think are going to win or going to win me money. You know what I mean? So the really standings and the conferences they play for really doesn't affect me. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not as big of a gambler as you are. Depending on the sport, I'm kind of the opposite because you know how you said in college basketball, you're like go ACC no matter who they're playing.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel that way. My ACC basketball team is the Tar Heels, so that's the only team. Yeah, that's the only team I prefer to win to see win games. Anybody else or whatever, that's y'all business. Ain't got nothing to
I
do
think
with
that's
me.
the only team that you and me ever agree on in any sport. I think that's the only team you and me come to meet each other in the
Yeah,
middle with.
that makes
It's our
sense.
Tar Heels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
And
knew I liked you for some reason.
you all right sometimes. So if you had to bet, so this would be the bet. The Colorado Buffaloes will have a better season than the North Carolina Tar Heels. Would you take that bet?
That's a great question, man. Actually, it's very tough, man, because like I said, I really don't know what Carolina's looking like. Being with Belichick, this is his first year. I don't know what kind of schemes he got going on. Colorado just lost a lot of their good players to the NFL. Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn Jr. All of them transferred out. A lot of other people did too. I'm going to be biased and just say, yeah, Colorado has a better year.
Okay. See, I ain't want to use that as a brick or swish. Cause I was like, nah, cause them both his squad, so I ain't gonna make him do all that. Well, that's interesting, man. That's interesting because I want Clemson. I really want Clemson to win the college championship this year, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not even a Clemson fan or anything like that. I just don't appreciate how they're being kind of left out of certain conversations because they didn't go heavy on the transfer portal. They actually stuck with the quarterback instead of getting rid of him when he had a down period. I respect that. I respect that when it's so easy to just discard a player and get a new one because these are still kids. These aren't adults. I know, what I'm saying, people are gonna say, well, they're not amateurs anymore because they get paid to play, but they're still children. Just they're still early 20s, some in their teens, still kids, and the level of confidence you still show to these children means a lot to them. So that's why I'm kind of rooting for Dabo this year. And plus, I don't like the way people talk about ACC football. You know what I mean? I don't like that. That's disrespectful to me. And yeah, so I want Clemson to come out and win. So I'm making a long story short, I'm conference versus conference when it comes to college football.
Okay.
Now, my preferred team, we got a lot of work to do to be mentioned in any sense of winning. You know what I mean? Ever since we left the MEAC, my team being the North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University Aggies, yeah, I say the whole
You
thing.
better let them know. You better
Yeah,
let
yeah,
them know, brother.
yeah. I say the whole thing. You know what I mean? That's where I went to school. I'm invested in that team. You know what I mean? I'm invested in that one. So that's why that one matters to me so much. And I just want us to have a decent season this year. Got Coach Sean Gibbs as a new head coach, new coaching staff. There's a lot of renewed excitement, but renewed excitement can only take you so far as the team performs. So we'll see what happens there. Homecoming's already sold out. September 20th, we got the Aggie Eagle Classic. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Just bring some respectability back to that blue and gold, man. That's all I want. That's all I
Okay.
want.
I
Yeah,
hear you.
as long as we known for something more than a homecoming, man. Let's do that. Let's
Well,
get to
y'all
being
definitely known
something.
for y'all homecoming. Y'all
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
known for y'all
yeah, yeah,
G-Ho.
yeah, yeah, man. But man, there's got to be something more than that when during football season. You can't just say, "Oh, yeah, that's the homecoming team." No, you gotta, yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Anyway, speaking of football and in the state of North Carolina, congratulations to right tackle Taylor Moton from the Carolina Panthers, man. 2-year extension, 44 million, 40 mil guaranteed. Congratulations. Always gotta shout you
Nice.
out. Gotta shout you out when you get your payday, man. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Don't know what that's gonna signify for us this season. We've lost all of our preseason games.
That's a good sign, though. That's a great sign. That's a great sign. I don't know if you know that, but usually people that lose their preseason games usually have a pretty decent season. I don't know why. I never ask questions, but it's the weirdest thing in the world. People that do great in preseason don't do great in the regular season.
Well, the Browns went undefeated, so yeah,
There you go.
the
There
Browns
you
went undefeated.
go. You
Oh, did you
just said
see?
it. Okay.
Did you see what NFL Hall of Famer / legend Eric Dickerson? He said that he had got word from somebody whose opinion he really respects. That is how did he put it up? Very involved in the NFL. It was like that. There was people telling all the teams not to draft your boy, Shedeur Sanders.
Yes, sir.
Don't know if a collusion case is going to come from any of this information, because I mean it's Eric Dickerson's word against, I guess, the rest of the NFL at this moment. But he didn't mind putting it out there. He still didn't put a name on it, but he didn't mind putting it out there that teams were told not to take him at all. He said the main the initial focus was to not draft him at all. Like nobody was going to draft him. So that was going to be the even bigger story. I do want to know what that would have looked like with him not being drafted at all.
He already said he would have went to Canada and played Canadian ball. They got that football league out there that's pretty big, and he would have been like, you know, super big going out there. So it wouldn't have been the NFL, but he would have been, big, and they would have like probably started telecasting those games in America. So they would have made more money from the TV. Like it would have been crazy just because of that. But that was his ulterior motive already.
If I ain't mistaken, I think Kurt Warner came from the CFL. I could be wrong, but I do believe Kurt Warner was a quarterback in the CFL before he came.
It's sad, bro. I tried to tell you though, I knew there was something wrong with that whole draft process because Shedeur is way better than 144th in the 5th round. Like, and that's just not me being biased. That's me watching him play, in all facets from Jackson State to Colorado. This is just not me being one track. Like, oh, I like Colorado. I like Deion Sanders. So his son, I'm not, that's me. No. If he was trash, I'd be like, yo, man, your son's trash. Like I be saying about LeBron's son, Bronny, like Bronny ain't NBA ready. You know what I mean?
Man,
But it's
stop
the truth,
shooting,
though.
stop
It's
shooting
the truth.
strays.
No, it's the truth, though. I'm just letting you know how I tell the truth, though. You know what I mean? It's the truth. Yeah, you G League ready. Bronny's nasty. He's G League ready all the way. He needs a couple of more years in the G League. Yeah. If Shedeur Sanders was on that level, I would say the same thing. Like, yeah, bruh, you ain't living up to the hype. That man lived up to the hype, and he got, excuse me for saying, shitted on.
I know one person who's really upset more than anybody else would probably have to be Mel Kiper, the one who does the big draft boards and all that. Cause
Yes.
this the thing. That's kind of one of his claims to fame. Because I know Mel Kiper's been in the sports industry longer than I've been alive. So I ain't gonna say that's what he's known for. That's what I know Mel Kiper for. Just me, young me. That stomps on his credibility now. That a guy that he had going either 1 or 2 goes 5th round, 144. I don't think anybody realizes how bad that hurts what he does. You know what I mean? So now next year, who's the guy that now they're going to be looking for the guy that Mel Kiper don't know what he's talking about?
Yep. But the thing was, see, you just said it though, without saying it. Mel Kiper does know what he's talking about. That's why he's been doing this for so long. It's the collusion. That was the difference. Mel Kiper wasn't wrong. Mel Kiper was right on it. Top 10, he said Shedeur would be top 10, guaranteed. He knew what it was. That played a major part in it. All that, whatever happened that Eric Dickerson probably can't talk about, the higher ups that made it official that don't get this boy, do not sign this boy, a young man. Like it's ridiculous how that even went down. But I think there's not going to be nothing that comes out until like 20 years from now, when the man's career is over, then then that's when the biopic and all that crazy stuff will come out. But I don't think during his career it'll be able to come out. You know what I mean? But somebody definitely gave that order not to draft Shedeur, especially not in the first few rounds. You know what I mean? And I don't know where that order could have came from, but it is real sad that that happens. You know what I mean? I hope that I don't know, man. I just feel real bad in that situation. Even though he's playing and being very good, a sport about it and all that, it's horrible, man. You're not rating it on talent, and this is what the whole game. This is what it's supposed to be about, your talent. You know what I mean, or what you bring to the table. It's like they took all that away. Like, nah, we don't like you. Your talent ain't got nothing to do with this, bruh. It's crazy.
You had mentioned something a little couple sentences ago. You were like, maybe when he retires, the story will come out. Now, speaking of somebody who should wait to do something after they retire, let's talk about this Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul nonsense.
I know you can't wait for this one.
I'm just saying, man, if you wanna say I'm just doing something for the money, Cool, I understand that. But if you want to make a pure mockery of what they got going on in boxing, like there are still great fights to be made. There's still great fights to be had. There's still up and coming talents that are vying for championship fights. So in the middle of your career, you decide to take an exhibition, 135 pounder going up against a 200 pounder in an exhibition fight, when there's still great fights left on the table. Now, are there fights where you're going to get a bigger purse than fighting Jake Paul? I think so. I really do. But if you're a just novice boxing fan and you just really don't, rock with boxing as a sport, but you just want to see some names that you might recognize and go at it, then whatever. But see, Tank is risking a lot because, again, you're not retired, my man. This is in the middle of your career when you still got a possible Shakur Stevenson fight. You have what should be getting ready for Lamont Roach Jr. rematch. That's what should be happening right now. So you go out here, you fight Jake Paul, y'all just playing around and you end up getting hurt. Now what?
Yeah, that's a great, you said it all. But it's you and me talking about this a couple of days ago, man. So there are some people that are about the sport. And I know you believe that, and I believe that with you. But there are a lot of people that are out there for the bag. And it doesn't matter about what you think or who he should fight or what's going on. If the bag ain't right, this is what they're going for. So, like, what would Tank get to fight one of the people that you're talking about? Like, I think you said Roach?
The rematch to Lamont Roach.
So how much do you think Tank Davis would get to fight? Like, just being hypothetical.
That I'm not sure the purse, because Tank would be the A fighter, so he'd obviously get a bigger bigger cut of everything.
Is there a number in your head that you might be thinking about?
No, because I don't know where they're gonna have the fight at. I don't know what streaming service or what pay-per-view or none of that. All that factors in to contract negotiations and everything like that. But I see what you're saying though. It's like this is pretty much like the Rocky Balboa Hogan situation during the Rocky movie. Like the fight ain't about nothing for real. It's just two names. People gonna pay to see the names. Like I was telling you, I was ashamed of myself after I got finished watching that entire Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. I was ashamed of me, man. I'm like, I knew better than this. I knew
Me
better.
too.
I knew better than this, man. This is sad of me to be watching this, yo. And the fact that it was people actually believing Mike Tyson had a shot in hell of going in there and winning. Like, not saying Mike Tyson can't still fight, but I'm just saying Mike Tyson ain't even in his I think Mike Tyson's like 60-something years old.
I believe so.
And even if he's not, his knees are.
Right.
And if you don't have legs in boxing, then you're not boxing.
And you could tell in that whole fight. And then you were right. He's right there. He's 59. So,
Okay,
I mean,
excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you seen it. Like, he just looked horrible. It was terrible. It was a bad look. I know he made a good payday, and I'm happy for that, But other than that, it was a real bad look. Going back to your Tank Davis, though, the reason I was trying to ask, like, if you could hypothetically tell me how much you think he would get paid to fight somebody else is because he's getting approximately or more $40 million to fight Jake Paul. Like, he's getting a super bag. You know what I mean? So how, this is what it's for, man. They don't care. But I'm with you. I'm about the sport. I don't see why you would do this right now in the prime of your career. I think it's a foolish move. But hey, man, who am I?
Yeah. Now let's talk about some boxing that does matter, man. Some people who really care about this thing. September 13th, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. That's what you need to put your money on. That's what we need to be focused on. That's what we need to promote. That clown show, just let that go. Just let the circus go by. You know what I mean? Just let the circus go by. Terrence Crawford.
Really? You said that real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't pick Canelo Alvarez in a lot of his fights, depending on who the fighter is and their style of fight, because Canelo Alvarez still has a problem with moving his head when he's boxing. So he can be tagged all day long. Dimitri Bivol showed you how to beat him. Box him. Like, when I say box him, just jab his ass. He don't move his head. His neck stiff.
Right.
Other fighters, when they seem to fight him, they go in afraid of his power already. As if, you know what I mean? So they're not fighting to win. They're just fighting not to lose, if that make any sense to you.
Makes a lot of sense. But how many rounds do you think it's going to go?
The Terrence Crawford Canelo fight?
Yes, sir.
I I'm not gonna lie, man. I believe this fight goes the distance, and I think Terrence Crawford's gonna get him on.
Wait.
Yeah. Terrence Crawford's gonna get him on a unanimous decision.
Okay, so no knockout.
Nah, I don't think it'll be a knockout. And the reason I don't think it'll be a knockout, Terrence Crawford is moving up to face Canelo at 168. 68, that's super middleweight division. Just in case y'all are like, so what's the situation there? 168 super middleweight. With him coming up, normally when anybody puts on pounds, they lose their speed, might gain some power, but lose their speed. So that's gonna offset some stuff. But Terrence Crawford still is a great fighter, no matter if he's fighting right-handed or left-handed, one of the very few who fights the same way, right-handed or left-handed. What I mean by that is same power, both hands, right? But he's never been at this weight before. So that's why I'm saying it'll go the distance. Canelo's comfortable at this weight. This is his weight division. You know what I'm saying? No problem there from him. But he's still never seen a fighter like Terrence Crawford. The closest thing to it that he's seen, he lost to back in 2013. And I thought after that loss, but that was the Floyd Mayweather loss. For those who, don't know. That's the Floyd Mayweather loss. After that fight, I had noticed Canelo, kind of bouncing and moving his head a bit more. But still, not enough. And that's just me watching, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anybody else feels different, put it in the comment section. But he don't move his head enough. Canelo was 63, 2-2, 39 knockouts. Crawford's 41-0, 31 knockouts. This is the fight of the century on paper. I say on paper because the last time I said those words was Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. I was an Errol Spence Jr. fan. I'm still an Errol Spence Jr. fan. I just want Errol Spence Jr. to, let's just say Terrence Crawford is in Virginia. I want Errol Spence Jr. to go to Wyoming. I don't want you to be anywhere near that man. You shown me if he's in reach anywhere near you that he can reach you, he's gonna reach out and touch you. He's gonna AT&T you. Stay away from that man. Really, Terrence Crawford Jr. Terrence Crawford had Errol Spence Jr. looking like Martin on that episode after he fought Tommy the Hitman Hearns. I ain't never think I'd see that in real life. Never thought I'd see that in real life.
And Errol Spence is your man too. That's your man right there.
Hey man, what you say? How you say you talked about Deion's son and LeBron's son? I ain't gonna lie for you. Man. Terrence, Errol Spence Jr. showed me that even when you lose, you should be able to get NIL deals, because he should have had a deal with Benadryl. Because the way that man was allergic to them damn boxing gloves that Terrence Crawford had on the end of his yeah, man, you should have got a Benadryl.
You might be pushing that for him right now, so if he does, he's going to have to break you off a little something for that one.
Hey, go and get you a Benadryl deal, partner. Go and get you one of those.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something funny, man. At the beginning of the show when you did the intro, and you said, you're going to talk about a clown boxing match. For some reason, when you said that, I thought you was talking about Jalen Brown's daddy. I just had to throw that out there. When you said that, but then I realized you was talking about the Tank Davis. I thought you were just throwing some shade in it, and I thought you were calling it a clown boxing match.
Yeah, since you bring it up, and man, we shouldn't be laughing, man, because this is a case of attempted murder.
Okay, let's get it serious.
This is a case of attempted murder, man. 57-year-old Quentin Marcellus Brown. Y'all might not know him. Some might, because he was a fighter. He was a fighter before, but that's NBA
He's
champion.
Still a fighter.
Boston Celtic NBA champion Jalen Brown. That's his father. He was arrested on attempted murder charges in Las Vegas for stabbing a fella about my size. You know what I mean? And I say my size just because Jalen Brown's father is what size, Juice?
7 foot, approximately 300.
Yeah, see, the man he stabbed is like 5'9", around 160 something?
$160.
Yeah, so the guy's a little heavier than me, but same height, right? Crazy. So all this started over a dispute in a parking lot. Dude goes to open the door. Just kind of taps Jalen Brown's father's vehicle. Then all hell break loose from there. The victim's girlfriend was like, yeah, he was, cussing at my boyfriend, called him a BA, a female dog mixed with a donkey. You know what I'm saying? See how I did that there? Kept it real PG. Yeah. Then they challenged each other to a fight, or the 7-foot guy challenged the 5'9" guy to a fight. So what's my man's name on Mike Tyson Punch Out? What's the big dude? Big dude. Start with a B.
Bull. Not Bull?
Yes.
Bull?
There you go. So Bald Bull challenges Little Mike to a fight. And instead of just punching him down, he stabs him up. Like stabs him in the back, hits him 7 times in the front. And of course, the man did what any common sense person would do. He fled the scene. I mean, I'm stabbed. Clearly, I've lost this round. And him and his old lady, they go seek help. And Jalen Brown's father was locked up. On attempted murder, and we're waiting to see what the rest of that outcome is going to be. I mean, I can pretty much guess what the rest of the outcome is going to be, but I thought that in the Dolph case too, man. And turns out I was completely wrong. Couldn't have been any wronger. The man got acquitted. The man being Hernandez Govan was acquitted on every charge that was facing the man.
That is ridiculous.
He was not the mastermind, they say. He didn't have nothing to do with it, they say. The guys who he paid to go do it that said he had something to do with it, they lying, they say. The lesson I'm getting from this is, if I want to do something, I got to do it in Memphis, man, because Memphis ain't going to lock you up for it. They ain't going to keep you long, and they ain't going to... The guys who are getting charged and going to jail, y'all took pleas and start telling on each other. Hernandez Govan didn't say a word.
Man, I wish, and I rest in peace to Dolph. I wish Dolph would have learned from Uncle Elroy in the Friday movie. When you get that money, get the hell on. He should have not been in that city. Not been with all that beef going on, especially that he got. He should have not been in this city, man. He got too much money to be out there amongst those people that have easy access to you, as per case that happened. Hate it for him, man.
Well, see, all right. So that's another topic we can get into then. So as soon as you get your money, you run and go live amongst people who don't care anything about you, who weren't there when you had nothing, who didn't help support you and help get you on, quote unquote. So I'm having a hard time finding the right word, Juice. What is the incentive for your people to support you then, if the first thing you do when the support that they garner to you gives you the money and notoriety that you wanted and deserve, now you take that and go somewhere else?
That's the double-edged sword right there, 58. And I wish I had the right answer. And I hate to be like that and saying what I'm saying, but this is something that I would live by and that I'm true to. And it's a sad part of life, man. And I really hate that, you know what I mean? Because you come from this one spot, and there's certain people that can still, actually do that on certain levels in their celebrity lifestyles, that you can go back home and, you can live amongst your peoples and not have a problem. But then there are some people that can't. And Dolph was one of them, especially because he had a lot of beef within his city already with other rivals, you know what I mean? And it was real, like, didn't somebody, how many shots was it? 100 shots they shot at him when he was in Charlotte at that CIAA event and inside his tour bus or whatever. And he still made it after that. I mean, and that was a rivalry from people from his city that were in Charlotte as well, so it's just a bad look. And I hate it, like, because to tell you the truth, yeah, you got to leave. Yeah. If, you're in kind of Dolph situation, you're a rapper and you live that life, that life. You can't be around that man unless you want to leave just like, you coming in. I mean, you're going to leave the same way. Look at him, how he left, got shot in front of a cookie store, was it a cookie store? And it's terrible. And he's supporting this cookie store, still, which is dope. A store that he's always been going to. He's going to come back. But it's just like, there's a lot of envious and jealous people, man. And, visiting the city, yeah, you could do that, but you can't just be like out there, especially alone,
He wasn't
And I
alone.
hate to say that.
But
He wasn't alone.
alone. He wasn't
So how
alone.
much backup did he have?
It was him and one other person, because the one other person ended up shooting back and ended up hitting one of the guys, because when he testified, he testified to actually being shot.
Not enough.
Okay, that's one way to look at it. Now another way to look at it is, if you're gonna pour gasoline on a fire, well, it's still kind of the same sentiments you're saying as far as be more aware of your surroundings. But when you pour gasoline on a fire, you can't expect not to have some type of retribution being directed your way. And what I'm saying is, the whole, whatever you did, even if you did or didn't do it with your goddess baby mother, you put it out there. And I don't know about any other culture, but I know this one. Once you start putting stuff out there about messing with the mother of somebody's child, or just the word mom in general, is always going to garner some type of backlash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know why you thought nothing was coming your way from that. Even when there were attempts on your life previously, you took those attempts on your life and you spun those attempts into marketing. All right, that's your business. It's your prerogative. Everybody want to take the Tupac approach, forgetting how Tupac story ended. I still don't understand that. You want the Tupac blueprint, but think that your blueprint is gonna be different in the end. That's crazy.
Right, man.
The most interesting thing about the whole case for me was listening to the assistant coroner when she described the autopsy stuff. Because I don't think anybody had ever spoke about actually, where he got hit, what happened. We just know 4 people hopped out on him, aired him out at Makita's, the cookie store. Ain't no there's the amount of damage that was done to his face and jaw. That is insane to me. That's insane. And I'm just saying insane because I can't think of any more, any better term. Because when you think about it, they hopped out with AKs and things of that nature.
Big boy guns.
Yeah. He caught. So they hit him in the back at first. Had eight entry wounds. She was saying, but only had 4 exit wounds. So meaning, at least 4 of those bullets had got up in there and just start doing like a pinball on a pinball machine, just hitting everything, ripping up stuff. But when she got to talking about the bullet fragments that they pulled from the jaw, and they had a photo of it. I want to say it was at least 6 bullet fragments that they took from the jaw. So I'm like, so I looked at that just like the Tupac situation where they was like maybe he could have survived and all that. Without a lung, it was going to be very difficult.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So and yeah, he got hit up worse than that. So yeah, man. Rest in peace, Dolph. Congratulations to Hernandez Govan. And that's another thing. That's another thing. People, you pick and choose how you want the street code to to exist depending on if you like the person that's the victim or not. I'm noticing that. Now it's Memphis did Dolph wrong, this, that, and the third. Hernandez Govan should be locked up. I mean, guilty until proven innocent. I mean, innocent until proven guilty.
I think you said it right the first time, but go ahead though. Yeah, I like that.
My fault. Innocent till proven guilty. So
that's how they treat us.
Yeah, y'all leave this man alone, man. I'm pretty sure Hernandez Govan is gonna leave Memphis.
Yeah,
I'm sure she ain't gotta tell him twice to get out of Memphis.
It's crazy. You'd be surprised. He'd probably still be there, but we'll see. Hopefully we won't see. But you would think that he would get the hell on, but then he'll do the same thing. Be at Makita's, get some cookies, like ain't nothing changed.
Yeah.
The lifestyle these people live, man.
I doubt it. I think he's gonna get up out of there. Yeah.
Everybody ain't got the money, and everybody don't, have the whatever you need to just move and leave like that. People don't have that.
He had enough money to get the right legal counsel.
You're right about that.
Wherever you got that money from, see if you can't tap back into that and get yourself up out of Memphis. Oh, and don't go to Atlanta. It's not that far of a drive from Memphis. I'm just saying, don't go to Atlanta, man. Yeah, don't go to Atlanta. They'll find you down there. Weird. Yeah, like the rest of Memphis ain't already there.
Right.
My
this
goodness,
terrible case, man. Terrible case. Terrible things going on here, man.
Did you didn't happen to see the case about the Milwaukee DoorDash driver whose vehicle was damaged up to the tune of $10,000?
I think I've heard something about it, but no, I didn't get the full rundown.
All right, so the lady's name is fake. The lady who's the victim in this situation. She was a DoorDash driver. She was fulfilling the order from some chicken spot. This was over a 10-piece chicken order.
No.
So she was like, yeah, I knew you'd feel some type of way about this one. I'm like, just gonna love this chicken store. Just gonna love this chicken store. She was like, her phone, her phone service had cut out. So she was going back to the house. This is what she said. I was going back to the house so she can get the Wi-Fi backup or something like that for her phone and to cancel the order. And somehow or another, the person who was placing the order found her address, had hit her up like an hour after all this happened and was like, which one of these is yours? Talking about which address is yours. Lady shows up to her door. It's on Ring camera now. Shows up to her door, knocks on her door. And happened. Lady go gets a tire iron, start beating the woman's SUV, gets a brick, throw a brick through one of the windows, damages her car. Yeah, all this over 10 chicken wings. Or 10 legs or drumhead or whatever she was getting. It was 10 pieces of Yardbird that got this lady doing like this. And Faith made a point. She was like, well, in order to come to my house to do all this to me over this 10 piece, she passed the chicken spot on the way to my house. The place where she was ordering from, that Faith was supposed to deliver to her, to come and do this to me, she passed that spot to come over here and do this crazy.
You got to be crazy. What? Something is in the chicken. Usually they say something is in the water. Something is in that doggone chicken.
Yeah, man. I thought the Popeyes situation was bananas. Remember when the chicken sandwich first came out at Popeyes and everybody was acting like an episode of the Boondocks over a chicken sandwich, over 2 pieces of bread, a piece of chicken, and a pickle on it. That can't be better than Chick-fil-A's. So I never even understand the situation. I never went and got a Popeyes chicken sandwich. I'm not a big Popeyes guy. I ain't do that. So maybe y'all know something I did.
Well, staying on the same subject about this chicken, because I don't know what's in the chicken nowadays, brother. But there was a Carnival Cruise brawl that happened 3-4 days ago, and supposedly that whole brawl started over some chicken tenders.
Tell me
I
you
don't
got
have the
some
big
more
story about it. I don't really
Come
have
on, man.
It was just a footage that showed up from TMZ that I seen a couple of days ago from a Carnival Cruise that was coming back from his destination, coming back to Florida, from wherever it was coming from, the Caribbean or whatever. And this is the last day of the trip. And they say a big fight installed, you know what I mean? And at the end of the fight, one of the people that was recording it shows himself and says, all over some chicken damn tenders. So it was just crazy. And I didn't get the whole full story about it, but it was on a Carnival Cruise and it was a big brawl. And they said it had something to do with some chicken darn tenders.
So
yeah. Yeah. So something's in that chicken 58.
That's embarrassing.
Ain't it?
That's embarrassing, man.
And I don't have to tell you,
No.
Exactly. Exactly. You got me. We'll just let that fly over our heads. There you go. I ain't say it was over no shepherd's pie.
Over no.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man. So, look like UMG getting tired of Drake in these lawsuits.
Yeah, it does.
Look like they're getting tired of Drake in these lawsuits, man. I was trying to find the actual hard copy to read myself, cause I see the guys reacting on YouTube, like the Screwface Gene and the Company Man. Shout out to those guys and those channels. They were reading where it said something to the effect of, we got information. Now, if you want to talk about information, Drake, we got information on you dealing with minors, and we'll put that out. I was trying to find that for myself so I could read it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So this is Drake's Epstein files, man. He gonna keep right on messing with Lucian Grange and these people to where they're gonna really destroy this fella.
I know when that hotline bling.
Man.
It can only mean one thing. You said it. I'm just reiterating it.
I'm just waiting to see who's gonna go back and re-listen to Drake songs and be like, he was trying to tell you all along, the same way they did R. Kelly, when they was like, oh, so now the lyrics make sense. All right, so go back, do the same stuff to Drake songs then.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
They're gonna start at Marvin's Room. They're gonna go right to Marvin's Room. And that's where they're gonna start.
Don't let Marvin's Room be the name of a pizza place.
Blood clot. Don't let it be the name of a chicken spot.
Good. God almighty, man. Juice, what you got for me today, man? And Juice Joints. Where was the last place you frequented that you felt like needed a review?
Man, I was gonna tell you. I hope nobody gets disappointed, but ain't no Juice Joints this week. I'm coming back next week. I've been on a little fast going on for these last few days, so I haven't had a really chance to step out. But today, for college football Saturday, I am stepping out. I have a place in mind. I don't want to ruin it yet, but next week I will have an official food review coming straight for everybody out there.
All right. Even though your shirt say no excuses, we'll take that.
Yeah, baby. We have no excuses over here. I just had to lay low for a few days on a little fast. Been doing a little juice smoothie fast, so I haven't really had a chance to go out and make a good food review. So we're gonna make it pop
That's
though. I got you. I got a good spot coming up. Hopefully it's a good spot.
yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Well,
Man.
well, we might well go on and get to the part of the show I like to call Brick or Swish Juice. You already know what it is. I get a topic from each one of the segments, sports, news, and entertainment. I present you with the question. If you agree with it, Brick. I do this every time. If you agree with it, Swish. If you're against it, Brick. Yeah, boy, it sounds like it's about to do some serious raining out there on me.
Really?
Boy. Yeah, anyway. Juice, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First question. So, NBA player Malik Beasley, his agent has came out and said that he's no longer under investigation for gambling or anything of that nature. Do you think Malik Beasley, no, Brick or Swish, Malik Beasley will be picked up this season by an NBA team, Juice?
Being that he's free from all them charges and everything, yeah, I go for a swish on that. I think somebody should pick him up. I don't see why not. He's a good player. They cleared him all his charges. Apparently, he didn't have anything to do with it. So, being that said, let the man play.
Call Brick. I think Malik Beasley's gonna end up playing overseas before
Really?
he's gonna go overseas for like a season or two till people forget about it. Then he might come back.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
we shall see.
Because it's still like the whole legal gambling and the players getting caught up with it is still too fresh. It's still too fresh right now. They're like, so you're kind of hot right now. We can't mess with you. You're kind of hot. But we'll see. And you know what the funny thing is going to be? Watch him come to the Hornets.
No, you just called it. Don't do it.
16 point per game player, shooting 41% from 3-point range. If anybody picks him up, man, it'll probably be us, man.
Man, do not wish that on your Hornets. Y'all got the worst roster already. Stop it.
Keep saying that. We do not have the worst roster, dude.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, chill on that.
He take his Hornets serious, y'all.
Yeah, I'm just saying, leave us alone. Leave us alone, man. Gonna go to entertainment. So recently, Jermaine Dupri has stated that he chose not to work with Chris Brown out of respect for his relationship with Usher. Didn't make any sense to me, considering that Usher and Chris Brown did songs together. So I don't understand where the loyalty would be. But Juice, do you agree with Jermaine Dupri's loyalty over industry? Brick or Swish?
I definitely call a brick on that one. It has nothing to do with anything, brother. Like you said, they got songs together anyway, regardless. They're two of the same, they both sing R&B, they both can dance. Yeah, I understand that whole fact, but I don't see there's no disloyalty about, you know, messing with one and the other. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Jermaine Dupri produces every and anybody. So I don't see why that would differ just because they do the same thing.
Yeah, and I called Brick on that too, man, because you didn't get Chris Brown taken off the Bow Wow song. Didn't he produce that Bow Wow Shorty Like Mine song?
He sure did.
So you work with Chris Brown. So go on in there and make a whole album with Chris Brown. He was like, I did this before with Jagged Edge and Drew Hill, so I know what that could feel like. So I chose not to do it with Chris Brown. Man, you crazy, man. Go out here and make that Confessions Part 2, man. Go and get Chris Brown his Confessions.
JD too caught up in that Magic City, man. He need to go on here with that now.
Yeah, that is the album that's I'm waiting on that. Cause it
It's
sounds
out.
like it's already out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've heard some singles like the joint he got the Turnaround joint with with T.I., Dro, 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
He got another joint. He got another joint with Sean Paul.
That was
It's a
dope.
female rapper I'm not real familiar with, and futurist first name last name J Money. Yeah. Okay, so it's already out. So it should be a documentary or something coming with that then, hopefully.
Yeah, I thought it was. I got to look more into it. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
I
it should
heard
be
it
like a
few weeks
whole
ago.
story. Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to do like a Magic City story, the same way they were doing the Freaknik situation with the documentary on Hulu.
Right. And I think he did. And I forgot what channel it's on. I forgot what station it's on, but I did hear about it. But I'll check.
Yeah, we gotta find that platform now, brother.
Yeah, we do. That's what I meant to say. Platform. You got it. There we go.
Yeah,
I said station.
Oh, man. God almighty. Juice, Brick or Swish, the reason they allowed Hernandez Govan to be acquitted on all charges and walk free because they're gonna get him to testify against Yo Gotti. Cause remember So the person they're saying is the real mastermind is Big Jook. That's Gotti's brother. But Jook is dead. So we're going to let Govan go and get a bigger fish, Brick or Swish.
So that means if that's the case, then they already got a statement from him saying that if that's going to go down like that, then because ain't no way they would have let all them charges go like they just did if he'd already didn't put that statement down that Yo Gotti has something to do with it. If we're going to go the way you saying it. So I don't know. Now I see why you said he can't live in the city. Now I get it. You better move fast, brother. If you doing that, you better get the hell on immediately. I guess I'm gonna throw a switch on that. I guess you brought something that I totally didn't think about. Yeah, that's a great reason they let him his charges go is because he's definitely gonna come after Yo Gotti. If you got boy, he go on the stand against Yo Gotti. Yeah, he need to go ahead and move out of the country. I hate to be like that.
Yeah, man, call Swish on that too. Hey, man, hopefully I'm completely wrong, but that's the only thing that makes sense to me at the moment. Like, damn, you let this man just walk, huh? No nothing? Like, no nothing. High profile case. The case ain't last a week, I don't think. I think this case lasted like, did it last a week? It might have been a week. But, yeah, it didn't last long at all. Then the jury came back. The jury deliberated for 3 hours. The jury went to wherever they went to confer and watched the Malcolm X movie. Cause I think that movie is 3 hours long. They probably watched Scarface, cause I believe Scarface about 2.5, 3 hours long.
It is.
They might have watched a portion of Roots, cause Roots about 32 hours long. Yeah, then they came back and was like, well, the movie over, y'all ready to go home? Yeah, we ready to go home. Yeah, not guilty, Your Honor. Not
that
guilty.
Was quick. There you
go. Yeah. Had enough time to watch some stories, because I think the stories stay on from about 11 to 4. So they went in there and watched some Guiding Light, Young and the Restless, All My Children. Yeah, and came out and went home. Yeah, we've been gone for my kids long enough. I think school getting ready to start back. I got to go school shopping for Junior. Let's go home, y'all. Not guilty.
Crazy thing about the whole thing you said, though, ever since this happened, the tragedy to Dolph, Gotti has been on the low. He's just been working through Glorilla right now, getting paid off, through Glorilla. But he's been on the super low. You haven't heard anything about him. You don't see him no more. So it makes a lot of sense what you're saying.
The only reason I'm saying that, man, is because it's your brother that they saying set this up. And people are gonna wonder how your brother did all this and you ain't know nothing about it. He didn't call out Jook baby mama and none of the songs and all that. We talking about you. He mentioned Jook a couple times disparagingly when he called him, Yo Gotti big sister. I get all that, but this whole beef was about you. Again, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm completely wrong, man, but I don't see any other reason why they let this man just skate out of court.
Woo, good. That's great assumption right there. I didn't take it that way until you said it. So now I'm looking at it in a totally different light now. I'm like, oh boy, it's about to get deep now. I wish nothing upon no one though,
Hey, we ain't set it up. Hey, look at man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been
Hold on, I got one more thing to say. Hold up.
What happened?
I got to backtrack one more time. I'm sorry, and then we can finish this up.
No.
We were talking about Jermaine Dupri with his docuseries, and we didn't know when it was coming out or whatever. It came out on August 15th. It's on Stars.
Okay.
So there you go, and it's a docuseries called Magic City and American Fantasy. That's the name of the docuseries.
Boom. They gotta do a better job, or I have to do a better job of looking that stuff, looking for that, because I haven't heard about it anywhere. But I figured when he was making the album Magic City, there's got to be some type of visual coming with it. Ain't no way you about to give me a soundtrack to some strip club stuff and not give me a visual, man. All right. So say that again. It's on Stars.
It's on Stars. It came out August 15th. It's called Magic City and American Fantasy.
Boom. Y'all check us out every Monday from now on, 7 p.m. Monday Night Live. Me and your man Juice Jones. What Monday Night Live is, how it differs from the actual podcast, topics of discussion is we find more internet topics to talk about. That way we get everybody involved on the conversation, man. Shout out to the homie Amber. She came on last week.
Yeah, Stones.
Phenomenal John was on before. Who else? Those are the only two who jumped on the actual live calls with us, but everybody else was in the comment section. Miss Stanley, Had Nikki with the good news. Then some other folks, man. So yeah, every Monday night, 7 p.m., y'all check us out. Thank y'all. But look, football season is upon us, man. Real football is here.
Yeah, baby.
So let's get to it, man. Y'all be careful with your gambling, man. Only bet what you can afford to lose. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah, don't go out here. Don't be out here going crazy. Don't be out here going crazy. If it come down to the gas in your car or gambling, just put the gas in the car.
That's it.
If it come down to the gambling or the chicken sandwich, just buy the chicken sandwich.
Unless
Trust
it's from
me.
Slim Chickens, then go for the bet.
Hey, man, like, share, subscribe. That's the homie Juice Jones. You can find him on all things at Juice Jones. I'm 58 South. My link tree is in the description. Don't forget, whenever you go outside, take God with you. Y'all be kind. Y'all be careful. This has been another episode of 58 South TV presents Topics of Discussion, your new home for sports news and entertainment. We out of here. Peace. Cut the check.